Bonjour tout le monde, it's Brett here, Lionheart 84. Aujourd'hui, je fais une petite promenade. So if you don't speak French, I'm taking a little walk today into the town. It's Antibes, and if I spot any interesting or rare, well not rare, but any interesting fruit trees en route, which there will be some, I'll do a short video. Certainly going to be a couple of avocado trees. There'll be no doubt a few citrus. I think there's a pomegranate there, probably a couple of loquats or loquats. Obviously there won't be any fruits on the loquats this time of the year, but there might be fruits on the pomegranate and the avocados. It's a lovely warm day, probably in the mid-20s, which is certainly warmer than the UK. No wonder everything grows so much better down here, as long as you can give it enough water. I do like to try and walk down here, and I'll keep the video running for the moment, because the first thing I'm going to show you is a carob bean tree that I've known for some years, which seems to be on its own. I don't know if there's any other ones very close by, but this one fruits. And if I wanted to, I could probably take cuttings from it, because it's overhanging the pavement here. So there wouldn't be any problem snipping a couple of cuttings off it, and here it is. Quite a good sized tree. As I said, it's the only specimen. It may be self-fertile, because this one does produce pods on its own. You can see the dried out pods up there. Obviously no one's harvesting them or eating them. Unlike the one I showed the other day, I can't see any flower buds forming on it yet. It may flower later in the year, but it's been absolutely covered in beans. They've all dried out since last year. So that's my first spot. I'm going to stop the video now, and we'll carry on the walk and see what we see. See you later in the video. Okay, here we are. We've arrived at the first avocado tree. There's never any way to know what these are. It has got avocados on it. Not a huge quantity, but it's certainly fruiting. From the shape, I'm tempted to think probably a fuerte, because they've got that narrow pear shape to them. Looks like it's got a rust of some sort on the leaves, but it's not causing any problems. So that is a bit yellow, is a bit sickly looking. Still, nevertheless, a large tree, and as I said, it's got a few avocados on it, and they're pear shaped, so I think it'll be something like a fuerte, most likely planted from seed. I doubt if someone bought a grafted tree here. Let's see if I can zoom them in a bit. There we are, there's a couple there. There'll be quite a few avocados on the walk today. I guess this one's about 20 feet tall. Right, let's carry on. So here we've got quite a substantial loquats tree. Good 20 feet tall. You won't be able to see on camera, but I can see a few flower buds starting to develop on it. Funny enough, they don't look as far advanced as mine. I guess loquats are triggered by cooling temperatures into flowering, which is why they don't always flower earlier here, because obviously it's still very warm. And in the same garden, yet another avocado tree, decent size. Again, wouldn't be surprised if it's not a seed growing one. Can't tell from the leaves what the parentage is. Might be hass, might be fuerte. They're certainly two of the most common avocados down here. Can't see any fruits on it at all, so maybe it's not even fruiting yet if it's seed growing. Anyway, on to the next plants. Not fruit related, of course, but I had to stop and take a picture of these beautiful flowers on this young tree. Might be cleanthus, but I'm not too sure. I'll probably have a look later and see what it is. Quite a decent sized tree. Maybe flowering because it's been cut back, because otherwise it has not many flowers on it. Sometimes when they prune the back hard, it causes flowering. Anyway, on with the walk. So here's another substantial avocado tree. Have to excuse the noise of the cars. I'm on a busy interjunction. Pretty sure I've seen this one with fruits on it. I can't see any right now, but I'm sure it's got a few. I'll show you the size of the trunk. Quite substantial. It's as broad as it is tall, and in actual fact, if I walk along in the same front garden, another avocado tree. Not quite as big. In front of it is a citrus of some sort. No fruits on it. Yeah, it's quite a big tree. Can't actually see any fruits on either, but I'm sure they have got some fruits on tucked away. I've certainly seen fruits on it before. Perhaps it's just not a good year for avocados here, because most of the trees I've seen have got very few on. Anyway, let's carry on with the walk. As I said, it's a bit shady here, so maybe that's why the citrus has got no fruit as well. On we go. So coming up here on the right is a large pomegranate tree, well known to me. It does have pomegranates on it, quite large ones as well. Not as many as I might have expected, given the size of the tree. Certainly no flowers on it. Obviously fully green still at the end of September. There's some large pomegranates through there as well. But they certainly fruit readily down here. Next to it got a bougainvillea. Not really flowering much at this time of the year. Has got a few flowers on it. And of course the trumpet vine or campsis, same as I've got in my garden. One thing that does grow very well in the UK, if you're in the slightly warmer regions, once they get established, can be killed in a very cold winter, but I've never had any problems with mine as yet. It's a bit out of control actually. Yeah, so nice to see the pomegranate. Next stop I think is going to be a passion fruit plant. So I've arrived at the passion fruit now. I'm going to be putting this out as a standalone video because I'm interested to know if anybody can identify what this is. It doesn't look like incarnate to me. Let's smell it. Not a strong scent like on my own incarnata. Some of the leaves are 3-fingered, but some of them are 5-fingered. So I would say, and it doesn't look as if it dies back to the ground each year, this looks like it's evergreen all year round. So I'm thinking this is another hybrid of Caerulea. I'll have to look up my Caerulea hybrids. I'm sure someone in the passion flower group will know which one it is. No sign of any fruits on it at all, despite it being September. So if it does produce fruits, I'm guessing it's not self-fertile and there's no other passion flowers around. Let's give you a closer look at it. There's 2 layers of whatever these are called, I can't remember. 2 layers. The flower buds are a lot narrower and longer than on than on incarnata. It's 100% not incarnata. Hasn't got the frilly petals either. I said not strongly scented, but no sign of any fruits on it, and it does look like an evergreen, so I haven't done it back to the ground. So yeah, I'd be interested to know what hybrid this is. Pretty. See if maybe it's hardy in the UK. If it's a Caerulea hybrid, it should be. Certainly not Edulis flowers. But I thought that would be interesting for passion fruit experts in the forum, and also it's part of my main walk along video. So very quickly I'm just going to show you beautiful plumbago next to it. Fabulous. This climbing variety is not hardy in the UK, although I have heard of them surviving in some of the warmer parts of London. Anyway, on with the walk. Thought it was worth stopping for a brief look at these. These plants here are Carissa, Carissa macrocarpa, or Natal plum. See what its flowers smell like. Got a nice scent to them. Funny enough, they smell a bit like jasmine. Quite a substantial plants. There's more down here. Fabulous display, and they are setting fruits as well. Got a few fruits on them, look. There's plenty of green fruits there. I have seen a couple of pink fruits on them. Looks as if they're rotting on the plant, so don't think people actually know what they are, or they are edible. Might be different varieties here because some of them have got much bigger flowers. Yeah, I think it's a mix of varieties. Lots of fruits on them which will probably ripen. I've seen a couple of ripe fruits, but I don't feel inclined to be picking fruits in front of people. Unless I find a fruit way away from where there are lots of people standing. Now this one's under the shade of a tree and hardly seems to have any flowers at all. Fantastic. So that's Carissa macrocarpa, or Natal plum. I've really put a large display of them here, I suspect because they're very, I think they're very drought tolerant actually, so probably they're not being affected by the although I'm sure these gardens are irrigated, obviously not suffering from the lack of water that they get in the Mediterranean. I have to get another one of these for home if I can. Very small fruits, look. Ripening, and they're the size of peas virtually. Anyway, let's have a quick just finish off over here. We've got some citrus in pots. Very small leafed citrus. They look a bit like kumquats to me, but they've got a pointed end on them, so maybe it's a limequat. Now this looks more like a kumquat here, although the leaves are a bit small, but they could be because they're suffering in these pots. Not sure how well irrigated they are. Let's carry on over here. Have a look at this last citrus in a pot. Got a few fruits on this one as well. Again, looks a little bit like a kumquat, except I think the leaves are too small. Not sure what they are. Anyway, carry on the walk. And so finally I'm going to finish the video with the Jardin des Poètes, the Garden of the Poets. This is a fairly arid garden they've put in. This is right at the front of Old Antibes. They call them the ramparts. It's the walls that run along the water that would have repelled invaders in the old days. Quite windy today, and this garden is very cactus and succulent orientated. Lots of plants here that are extremely resistant to arid conditions. Good flowering display. Sit up here and relax, watch the sun go down at night. See some nice echinocactus grusonii, various haworthias, I think, and aloes. Echinocerius, some euphorbias. Some of the cacti are coming into flower now. Not something you'd want to fall on in your sleep, that's for sure, stumbling around in the dark. Don't know what the little purple grass-like plants are, but they're certainly very, very resistant to dry. Fabulous butterfly, I'm not sure if I can film it. It's probably a swallowtail. Yeah, I think it's a swallowtail. Something we don't get in the UK anymore, as far as I know. Anyway, so I'm going to finish the video there. Hope you found a couple of the things with plants interesting. Thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end, please subscribe to my channel, share the video if you like, and remember, you've got to click on the bell if you know when want to know when new videos come out. See you all soon. Press out for now.